Back with Resist 35 profiles of ordinary people who rose up against tyranny and injustice. And today we're talking about Oskar Schindler. Oskar Schindler. Oskar Schindler. He was the main character in a film called Schindler's List. Some of you may have seen that. All right, he was born in no, he wasn't born in 1945. Well, no, he wasn't born in 1945. This was during the War of 1945. He said, "I hated the brutality, the sadism, and the insanity of Nazism. I just couldn't stand by and see people destroyed. I did what I could, what I had to do, what my conscience told me I must do. That's all there is to it. Really, nothing more." So what did he do? Oskar Schindler never thought he was cut out to be a hero. When he was 16, he was expelled for forging his report card. He graduated high school but never went to college. As a young man, he bounced from job to job. When he was 31, Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party ruled Germany. The world was at war, and the Nazis had began systematically imprisoning and murdering Jews throughout Europe. At the time, Oskar owned 2 factories in Poland. When the Nazis came to Poland, Oskar Schindler tried to protect the hundreds of Jewish workers who worked at his factory. At first, he used bribes, diplomacy, and his wiles, the same ones that got him into trouble in school. While he heard that the Nazis were planning a raid on the Jewish ghetto in Krakow, for example, he protected his workers by letting them sleep in the factory overnight. The Nazis caught on to Oskar Schindler's tricks eventually. 3 times he was arrested and accused of using his business to protect the Jews. 3 times he fought against his imprisonment and was set free. Many in his country saw how dangerous the Nazis were. They began to turn a blind eye to the crimes being committed against the Jewish people. Oskar didn't have to get involved. He had an easy way out. He was not Jewish. He could have sold his factories and returned to his home in Moravia, which is part of the current Czech Republic. Simply put, he could have walked away and been, in a sense, free. But Oskar saw that he had a chance to save lives. More than that, he felt an obligation to try, even if it meant facing prison or worse. Oskar had to decide what was greater, the punishment he might face for doing what he knew was right, or the pain he would live with knowing that he had allowed others to suffer and die. Oskar could not live with the pain of not trying. He decided to relocate his factories to Moravia. He and his assistant drew up a list of 1,200 Jews they could hire at the factory. This became known as Schindler's List. With that list, Oskar Schindler was able to take 800 men and 400 women to Moravia, saving them from the Nazi concentration camps. One man saved 1,200 people. It's a staggering number, but the important thing to remember is that Oskar Schindler believed that if he could save only one life, it would be worth the risk. We are measured not by the results of our actions, but by the courage that compels us to act. The lesson here is whoever saves one life saves the world entire. Whoever saves one life saves the world entire. I definitely recommend you reading more about Oskar Schindler. I think Schindler's List is an amazing movie about this topic, about him, his story, about the Nazis. It's not fun to watch. It's not easy to watch. But someday, I think, maybe when you're a little bit older, that you will watch it maybe with your parents, so you can talk about it with them. It's a really well-made film that shows the horrors of what was going on in Germany and in Poland. And this man, it was certainly a hero. And there's much more to his story, as there's much more to all of these people, right? We're just getting a couple of pages of their stories. So I hope that maybe you'll be inspired to learn more about him in the coming years. So that was Oskar Schindler, all right? Whoever saves one life saves the entire world. It's beautiful. All right, I will see you next time.